What's up, everybody? Today I have a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you against the Flawless Win. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a battle and let alone narrated one, so I figured I'd bring you guys one today. As you can tell, this battle was from quite a while ago, from all the way from January, and it's already March. So yeah, I wanted a fast U-turning course, so I picked Scarf Infernape and Life-Orb Tornado Sea respectively, and then I used Adamant Banded Diggersby, and I wanted to try Mega Gyarados, see how that thing fares in the meta. So Anthony's got some good pokes. He's got the Hawlucha, Garchomp, and Arcanine, all which are very big physical threats. And I don't know what his Rodent set is, because Rodent is very unpredictable. It can be a variation of things. So I just have to find out what that is, play my cards right, and hopefully net the victory. So without further ado, let's get on with the match, shall we? So he's going to be lead with said Rotom, as I'm going to lead with my Infernape. Like I said, my Infernape is Scarf, so I'm pretty safe in going for the U-turn. At first I thought my Infernape was banded, but that is not banded damage because Rotom doesn't have great HPs, so my Infernape is definitely Scarf. So I switch out, I'm going to Trevenant, and this Hydro Pump doesn't even matter missing, because I know Trevenant can tank one very easily and recover it off with leftovers and Leech Seed and etc. So I'm going to go for Shadow Claw, predicting Roserade to come in, because Roserade can take the burn, it can take the Leech Seed with barely any consequences whatsoever on either of those. So I'm going to fire off a couple Shadow Claws as he decides to go for some spikes. He sets up 2 layers, and I managed to get the KO with the Shadow Claw. This is good for me because it gives Trevenant a little more leeway in terms of what it can do, and I can Leech Seed whatever I want. That said, he's going to bring in the Fortress, and I decided to Will-O-Wisp this thing because I don't want him having Sturdy intact anymore, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. He's going to go for the Stealth Rock and set up the hazards, so they're going to be taking a toll on my Pokemon, because I know the Sentry Hazard damage is going to rack up on everything except my Tornadus T, because he's immune to spikes, obviously. So what I'm going to do is going to bring an Infernape, hopefully scare it out, but he actually predicts this switch and goes into Arcanine now. I know he can go for Extreme Speed. I don't know if I can knock it out with any one hit, so what I'm going to do is go for U-turn, and I notice he doesn't have Intimidate, so he's very, very likely an offensive variant. I don't know what item he has, but I want to assume Choice Band by the way he brought it in. Since he didn't go for Extreme Speed, I don't know what he wants to go for, so I figured Cofagrigus is my best bet. And Close Combat obviously doesn't affect Cofagrigus, so I'm assuming right now that it is a Choice Banded set, and right now he's playing it like it is. So he's going to go out into Rotom here, and I'm just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp because I know the Arcanine doesn't really want to stay in. Well, that actually could have ended badly for me, because he could have gone for a Flare Blitz, as you will see later, but yeah, spoilers. The Rotom is in here. I'm going to switch out, going Trevenant, because Trevenant hard counters Rotom in every single way, shape, and form. And he's just going to go for a Volt Switch, I believe, after turn effects. Yes, he goes for a Volt Switch, and it's going to give him a little more momentum. And these hazards are starting to wear Trevenant down, so I have to do something about it. I can go for Leech Seed or some Horn Leeches, whatever, but can't do it to this Arcanine because Flare Blitz is a thing, so I have to switch out into the appropriate thing, which in this case is going to be my Cofagrigus. Even though Cofagrigus is being worn down by the hazards, I'm really hoping that I can take one Flare Blitz because I want nice amounts of recoil, and hopefully I can preserve Cofagrigus for later as some decent death fodder. But turns out that this is a Life Orb Arcanine, which is yeah, it's a thing. That's actually a little more dangerous because he can change up moves. And now he goes for a Morning Sun, which is a nice touch because he can heal off all that residual recovery, yes. The recoil damage and the Life Orb damage, etc. So I am an idiot because the reason I have Grudge on this Cofagrigus is because daycare stupid shenanigans, and I really shouldn't have done that because the only Cofagrigus that I have But it's not a big deal. I can just T on the Shadow Ball back on it, and I don't think I've even done that since I had this battle. I probably should have done that. I'm very lazy. So when it comes to Rotom, I'm just going to go for Protect, get a little more residual damage going on that thing, and getting a little more recoveries back on my end. And this means Cofagrigus can actually be a decent death fodder later, and because of the hazard damage and everything, even though I'm up there, it's going to bring me down to like a very minuscule amount of HP, and maybe even 1. So what I'm going to do is switch to Trevenant because I can take a hit from this Rotom, and he goes for Thunderbolt. And with Lefty's recovery, I am very confident I can take another one. So I have no reason not to stay in here, hopefully get some Leech Seed recovery off on something, and be able to get up to a decent amount of health. So what he's going to do, he's going to switch and go into Arcanine, threaten me out with the Flare Blitz. He really doesn't have a reason to go for anything but Flare Blitz because it hurts everything on my team. I don't want to switch in Gyarados because I want to keep that thing healthy, because I know if I get a Dragon Dance or 2 up, I am able to go through his team, hopefully. So I'm almost at half now, and he's going to end up switching out, and he's going to go into his Garchomp here, which I honestly didn't expect, but it makes sense. And I'm just going to go into Cofagrigus, and I kind of just want to Death Fodder this thing off. If you want him to go for a Sword Dance, then I could go for the Will-O-Wisp, hopefully burn it, not miss, even though Will-O-Wisp has higher accuracy. I believe it's 85 now. Anywho, he's going to Mega Evolve the Garchomp, and that's fine. I have ways to deal with it, but I'm going to have to lose Cofagrigus along the way because I need a free switch. So I'm going to Death Fodder Cofagrigus, like I said. And now I'm going to go into Tornadus, and I know that Life Orb Hurricane is not going to be enough to take it out. What I'm going to do is go for the U-turn, expecting either the switch or the fact that he's just going to stay in, and I can play accordingly. So, like I said, I go for the U-turn, hit the Fortress, and I can go into Infernape here and scare it off with Fire Punch, or I can go into my Diggersby. Yes, I remember now. It's coming back to me, yes. So, this is an Adamant Banded Diggersby, like I said earlier. And I really am not sure if this critical hit is going to matter. I am getting way ahead of myself, but I'm going to go for Earthquake and manage to knock out the Fortress in 1 hit. Like I said, I got a critical hit. I don't think it really mattered too much in the long run because he was burned. Gyro Ball wasn't going to be doing all too much because Adamant Diggersby isn't that fast. And Volt Switch obviously doesn't affect Diggersby. Stealth Rock is already up. So, really doesn't matter too much in the long run, but this gives him an opportunity to go into Hawlucha here. He's going to set up a Swords Dance, but because my Tornadus is faster than any Hawlucha at any given time except Scarf variants, I am going to be able to fire off a Hurricane, but I missed the Garchomp, which kind of sucks because now I have to get even more just chip damage. I have to go for U-turn here, hopefully be able to deal with this Garchomp accordingly. So what I'm going to have to do is fodder off my Trevenant here, because I know I really can't switch anything else in on it. So I have to weaken this Garchomp in order to be able to bring in my Gyarados, get up a Dragon Dance because I do have the Intimidate, so it's slightly bulkier than the average Gyarados. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm just going to have to go for a bunch of U-turns and stuff. So I know Infernape is faster than any Mega Garchomp. I'm going to be able to go for the U-turn, and hopefully he's going to go for Earthquake, but Anthony is smarter than the average bear, which means he is going to go for the Dragon Claw, and I believe that's actually going to be able to knock out my Tornadus from that range, which kind of surprised me, but then again, it's a Mega Garchomp and it's probably Adamant. So what I'm going to do is bring back Infernape again, and because Infernape is Scarfed and not Banded, I am very unsure if Close Combat is going to be able to KO it, but turns out it doesn't. It doesn't really even come close. That did maybe half. Maybe, and I guess this is a bulky Mega Chomp if I remember correctly, but now I can go into Diggersby, go for the Quick Attack, and I should be able to knock it out because Adamant Banded Diggersby with priority is a great thing, and that's exactly what Diggersby is going to do. And Garchomp is at that health where I'm pretty sure that Quick Attack would have killed even if I was Scarfed or Jolly or something to that degree, but what I have to do is spam Quick Attack here because I don't want this Hawlucha setting up, and that does over half, but Now this Hawlucha is going to go for a Sky Attack, and with the Power Herb, he's going to be able to fire off the Sky Attack and knock out Diggersby. Also, he gets the +2 speed from the Unburden ability. So now I'm going to bring in Gyarados because I really need this thing to pull through. I believe this is my last Pokemon, but he's going to go for an Acrobatics here. I'm going to go for a Dragon Dance. I don't know why I didn't Mega Evolve. I guess maybe if he went for the High Jump Kick predicting that would have been a good move on my part, if I remember correctly. I think that's why I Dragon Danced without going Mega. So now Gyarados is going to go Mega. I believe he's just going to go for another Acrobatic because he doesn't want to go for a High Jump Kick predicting a Mega Evolve. So Gyarados is going to end up living with 8 HP because of the added bulk, luckily. And +1, I'm going to be able to knock this thing out with a Waterfall, which is great. And I'm really hoping that Gyarados can pull the comeback because Arcanine is, I believe, his last Pokemon. So he's going to go for Extreme Speed, and yeah, Gyarados is done from 8 HP. So that was a good game win. I hope you guys enjoyed this game as much as I did. That was a fun game. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until next time, Smash Bros. Pro 33, signing out.